investigation into one of its own is taking the state police far longer than expected. That is the opinion of the man who filed the complaint after his past derailed his political future. 7 on your side's Jason Pederson takes a look.
Leslie Milam Post is one of many lawmakers wrapping up a rookie legislative session.
I'm glad that it's wrapping up, but I would love for it to last a few months because I'm really getting a grasp on things and loving it.
Milam Post's vanquished opponent, Tom Fite, remains bitter about how the District 83 election was handled. A judge ruled Fite ineligible to serve after a felony conviction in his distant past was brought to light. How that information got out remains under investigation by the state police. Fite alleges that Chris Anderson, a state trooper and supporter of Milam Post, accessed the Arkansas Crime Information Center and shared what he learned. If true, that is likely a crime.
State police had originally told me it would take 2 weeks, and that was in November.
State police spokesman Bill Sadler tells us that forensic analysis of the telephone wireless devices is pending. Once an official report is written, it will be submitted to the case file. Neither Fite nor Milam Post understand why things are taking so long.
Should be simple, but evidently it's not.
I don't know where it is right now, and I do wish that it would be resolved.
And just like everybody else, Sebastian County Prosecutor Dan Shue is waiting on the state police before he can decide if the allegations against Trooper Anderson are true. Jason Pederson, Channel 7 News.
His involvement helped knock out a political candidate from a state house race. But tonight, a former state police investigator faces a criminal charge. Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Scott Inman.
And I'm Christina Munoz. Democrat Leslie Milam Post was elected in a reliably Republican district in large part because her opponent was ruled ineligible to serve. How her opponent's criminal past came to light has a former lawman in trouble. Here's Jason Pederson.
Tom Fite says if he thought a 1984 guilty plea to a misdemeanor in a Medicaid bribery case would make him ineligible to run for public office, he never would have run for public office. Fite was the Republican candidate for House District 83 until his candidacy was challenged and a court ruled him ineligible to serve. By then, it was too late to field another candidate, so Democrat Leslie Milam Post won by default. Former state police investigator Chris Anderson now faces a misdemeanor charge of his own for allegedly helping bring Fite's misdemeanor conviction to light. According to Sebastian County Prosecutor Dan Shue, the Arkansas Crime Information Center terminal was used to run a criminal history check on Tom Fite, and that no criminal justice purpose existed for the inquiry. Anderson was a financial contributor to Post's campaign. As such, he may have lacked a professional motive for running Fite's name through the ACIC database, but a political motive to break the law definitely existed.
Justice moves slowly, and justice isn't always just either. So I thank the state police and the prosecutor's office, Sebastian County Prosecutor's Office, for doing a thorough investigation.
Chris Anderson retired in December and is currently living out of state. A refresher course will soon be mandatory for all state police employees who can access the ACIC database. Jason Pederson, Channel 7 News.
Well, it appears the state police is having trouble tracking down one of its own. A warrant was issued for former investigator Chris Anderson back in July, and so far, there has been no arrest. 7 on your side's Jason Pederson has tonight's update.
This is a picture of State Representative Leslie Milam Post and political supporter Chris Anderson. Post was elected in part because Anderson, a now retired state police investigator, allegedly accessed the Arkansas Crime Information Center database to research Post's opponent. That opponent, Tom Fite, had a quarter-century-old conviction in his past that ultimately got him kicked off the ballot. And Anderson may have a conviction in his future, if he can be found.
He did something that he shouldn't have done, and he did it for a friend, and he needs to go ahead and pay pay the consequences of his actions.
The warrant for Anderson's arrest was issued July 11th. The person responsible for serving that warrant is State Police Special Agent Stacy Rhodes. In an emailed statement, State Police spokesman Bill Sadler says the Arkansas State Police continues to search and accurately identify the state and county of residence for Chris Anderson. Fight says he has told investigators that Anderson lives in Foley, Alabama.
Mr. Anderson receives a paycheck or a retirement check from the state of Arkansas. They should be able to find him.
And he says that he believes the state police are dragging their feet. Sadler says as soon as Anderson is found, a request will be made to have the misdemeanor warrant served. Scott.
All right, Jason, thanks for the update.